Your 23rd set of words, just out of curiosity. There is one objection that people give in response to ideas that's always frustrated me. This objection is, I just need some time to think about it. I'm not saying that people should feel rushed into decisions. It's just that my experience tells me that this statement rarely means that they are heading away to do a detailed analysis of their decision. They're just pushing their decision away for another day. Apply some context to this and consider that you've just spent time responding to an inquiry, visiting a prospect, getting to know them and listening to their challenges. You then provide them with a detailed set of recommendations as to how you can help them achieve their objectives or overcome their challenges, and in return, they provide this vague response that helps no one in the discussion to reach closure. My concern is that it's just not fair. I believe that if you've delivered your part correctly, then the other person at least owes you a little more transparency regarding their thoughts. On receipt of this reply, I've often found myself wanting to shout, "What is it you want to think about?" I knew that if they could open up their thoughts to me, then I could probably help. The trouble was I knew I couldn't really ask that because it would seem rude or obnoxious. So instead, I hear people in my situation say things like, "It's okay, no pressure, we're ready when you're ready," and walk away from the opportunity, hoping that time will fix it. This frustration has meant that I've had to find a way of getting a real answer from people by asking rude, obnoxious questions without sounding rude or obnoxious. What I want from their response is not a guaranteed commitment, but honesty in the discussion so that we both know what the true obstacles are. What I discovered was that if I preface one of these direct questions with a certain set of magic words, then I could change rude or obnoxious into soft and fluffy. By finding a reason for my direct question and gaining permission to ask it, I instantly shift control of the conversation to me. The words I use to do this are just out of curiosity, and they can be used as the perfect preface to many a direct question. Examples include, just out of curiosity, what is it specifically you need some time to think about? Or just out of curiosity, what needs to happen for you to make a decision about this? Or just out of curiosity, what is it that's stopping you from moving forward right now? In each of these examples, what's imperative is that you remain quiet following your question. Silence becomes your friend. You must not prejudge their answer or put words in their mouth. They now know they need to give you a proper answer, and one of two things will happen. Thing number one is that maybe 12 seconds go by, and this will feel like about 3 weeks. They will then come back with a real, honest answer, and you can work with that level of transparency. The second option would be that the time runs on longer. 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds. This is good news. Bite your tongue, sit on your hands, do nothing. Let the time go by. During this elongated pause, they are hunting for an excuse and often realize they do not really have one. They then respond with things like, "You know what, you're right. There isn't anything to think about," or "There's nothing that needs to happen," or "There's nothing stopping me." It's the very fact that you were prepared to ask them the question that they were not yet prepared to ask themselves that empowers them to make a decision you both know was right for them in the first place. Asking big, brave questions is exactly what you need to do to move from being just like everybody else to becoming a professional mind maker-upper.